Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and today I want to talk a little bit about dry fire practice and how do you get the very most out of it. So, number one, let's talk about dry fire. When we look at dry fire, a lot of people will say, well, it's not safe to dry fire, it's going to damage the gun, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Here's the reality. If it was going to damage the gun, I would have broke plenty of guns. Because I dry fire quite a bit, and I know people that dry fire even more than I do, and they haven't damaged their gun. Maybe had to replace a striker and a striker fired pistol or whatever, but that's where we buy better quality guns. But we have to look at, when we're dry firing, what are our goals? Okay, are our goals to become a better competition shooter? Are they to be a better self-defense person? Are they to better our basic skills? What's it for? And I think we really have to focus on building things based on building skill. So let's look at it as if we are a brand new shooter. Okay, so we go out, we buy our first gun. We're smart, so we go out and we take at least a intro to firearms class or something like that and learn the basics of the gun. And hopefully you get the training bug and you start to really enjoy to train. So we go out, we buy the gun, we get a little bit of training, and we decide, okay, we're going to dry fire. Okay, so we go out, we get our gun. Now, this is one of our VP9s. This is a VP9SK. I do have a barrel block in the gun, and I do have a mag block in the magazine. So the gun is now an inert training tool. Okay, when we look at this, we put something in the barrel to protect, make sure that we can't load live ammunition, whether that's a barrel block or it's a laser ammo cartridge or something like that. Okay, we make sure that we have a safe direction, that God forbid we would actually have a negligent discharge that is not going to hurt anyone in our home or wherever we are. So we make sure that all those safety steps are covered and we're good to go. And we go out and we start, okay, we're going to start working our trigger press. Okay, so we pick up the gun, we take aim, and we go, okay, nice smooth trigger press, reset, we do it again. Okay, so we get lots of practice with how we grip the gun and we press the trigger. One of the problems with dry fire is because we don't have recoil, people tend to get light on their grip. And then when they go to live fire, the gun bounces all over themselves. So my first recommendation with dry fire is that you maintain the grip just like as if you were doing live fire. Okay, make sure that you get a good solid grip on the gun, and so that you can practice recoil control. Okay, the reality of it is, this is the downfall to dry fire, is that we don't have the recoil aspect, and recoil does affect how we shoot. So we need to make sure that we are treating it as if we were shooting live ammunition. Okay, so now we've worked on our grip, we've worked on our trigger press, we can acquire our sights consistently. Now what do we do? Okay, well, maybe if you're a new shooter, new to concealed carry, maybe you go and you take another class and you learn how to draw from the holster. Okay, and now you start working on how to efficiently draw from the holster. So we add that to your dry fire regimen. Okay, and you work that and work that and work that, and then you're still continuing your grip and your sights and your trigger. And you're getting real good with your holster, and you're starting to get more and more skill, and you decide that you need to add a little bit more to it. So let's look at target transitions. Okay, so you go and you take another class, and you learn how to do target transitions. And how do we implement this into dry fire? Well, the reality of it is, you can do it, but it is different because it doesn't have the recoil aspect. So we go out and we go bang, bang, and as we press the trigger on the second shot and we look and our gun comes across and we bang, bang, bang. Okay? How do we do that in dry fire when the slide is not cycling? Well, if we grab this gun again, okay, and we go bang, and we come across and we go bang, 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 bang. And we watch the sights to see how much they move. And if they don't move, that's good, because that's telling us our grip is solid and that when we press the trigger, we are not moving the sights off target. Okay? But when we go bang, we need to look and let that gun go eye first, gun first. Okay? Pick up the target, bring the gun to the target. Don't bring the gun across and then look. You will overstretch your target. So we work that. And then we get into adding a little bit more skill and a little bit more advanced skill. And we change target distances. And how do we do this in dry fire? When a lot of times we don't have a lot of space. We change the target size. And we move from different targets to different sizes. Okay? So we just keep building on these skills. Here's my point. There is a lot of benefit to dry fire. And there's a lot of skills to be had with dry fire. Whether you're using your actual gun with a laser trainer in it, or if you decide to, spend the extra coin and get a cool fire trainer so that you get a little bit of recoil and you get the reset in the gun, which, by the way, they're not cheap. A lot of value, but not cheap. Or if you're using a SIRT pistol. Honestly, that's where you're going to start working different things. Then you can add movement and you can do those things. But you have to understand, you can practice dry fire, but the reality is it's not a one-to-one. You need to make sure that you get live fire practice in it also. Don't shortchange yourself and just think that what you are doing in dry fire is going to be exactly what you do in live fire. I've seen it numerous times, people working holster draws, and they're claiming to be at a 0.85 or a 0.9 or a 0.95, and their gun isn't even up on target when they're pressing the trigger. They're down in the middle of their chest or they're down at their stomach. But they're going so fast they don't realize that. So make sure you're getting those verification on those skills live fire too. So if you want to train with me on dry fire, and you're coming to the Active Self-Protection National Conference in September, I hope to see you there. I hope you'll get into my dry fire section on that, and we're going to work some of these things. We're going to show you how to use the Mantis and to benefit your dry fire, get a little data out of that, a little bit of Laser Academy, and lots of learning to happen there. It's a great weekend, lots of training available. Don't come just to see me, come see a whole bunch of other people and, great trainers that you don't normally get to see, especially for the money. And it helps a great group helping foster teens. So if you got any questions, please reach out as always. Otherwise, take care everybody, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.